Hi, Keith here from North 40 Fly Shop. If you do a lot of stillwater fishing, of course, you're going to be probably using a bloodworm quite often. There's a little difference between a bloodworm and a chironomid just in the design, not much. So size-wise, you're going to run them from anywhere from 10, which is a fairly large one, all the way down to, say, an 18. And as the name implies, it's generally going to be red, though I have tied some up in a wine color, which is kind of an offshoot of red. But this particular pattern is a real simple one. There's not a whole lot to it material-wise. Very effective. So we'll get started with that in just a second. Okay, I have a size 12 Tiemco 2312 straight eye. I like the straight eyes when I'm fishing these just because I get a little bit more action with them, especially if I put some type of a loop knot on there. For body, real simple, red thread. This is 70 denier ultra thread, and we'll get this started. And then the only other material that we're going to be adding to this by way of fly tie material is just going to be small ultra wire, silver, copper, whatever color you want to use that you feel comfortable with. When you tie this in, you want to tie it in hook side facing towards you, so it would be on my side of the hook. And you want to tie it right along the side. Like I said, there is a real no-brainer on this one, but it is effective. As I stated before, there's no weight to this other than the hook, so it does take a little time to get down. The other thing too is I run my thread all the way into the bend. It just gives the illusion of the tail bending when they're moving around. And when you wrap it back, you want nice touching thread wraps. You don't want to build up too much on the hook. You want to keep this sparse. If you've ever seen the bloodworms, they're not real big. So usually one down, one back is all I'm going to do. And I'll take my thread right up to about there. So the next thing is your wire. And how many wraps? I don't know. You want about 7 segments if you can do it. Throw a ½ inch in there to make sure it stays where it's want. So take one full wrap around and then just start segmenting back. Just keep your wraps nice and even. Like I said, you want about 7 segments, but whatever works out for you, that's okay. I really don't think the fish count them. The only thing you want to do is make sure everything's nice and snug on there. And wrap that all the way up to the head and tie it off. A couple of good wraps over the top. A couple in front. Helicopter that off, and then you start building your head. Now the head is really not a whole lot there. It's just a buildup of your thread. You want to kind of even it out so it looks good. Like I said, there's not much taper to this particular design that I have here, as like in a lot of other ones. And you don't want a real fat head. That's going to be about good enough right there. Do yourself a whip finish. Finish that off. There you go. That's pretty much it for your tying. Now, one of the little tricks is the head sometimes is a little different color. So what I do is I just take a Sharpie, a black one here, and I'm just going to add just color that top up a little bit just to give the illusion of a head. You don't have to get real fancy with it. That'll do right about there. The only other process you've got here is we're going to coat the whole thing in the Loon UV fly finish, the clear, in the flow. So it's real thin because you're just going to do a real light coat on there just to kind of seal everything up. Like I said, you do not have to do a whole lot. You can crank out a dozen of these in no time. Make sure it's all evened out. There you go. Hit it with your light. Simple as that. That's why it's the EZ Bloodworm. Trust me, these things work when other things aren't. It's always good to have at least a dozen in your box. A couple of different sizes, like I said, 2 of each size, just to fit what you need to fit. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. Good luck to you.